All right. First off, let's give Western Kentucky a lot of credit. I thought they came in with the right mindset, and in the end, they wanted it more than we did. I thought we looked sluggish on defense in terms of getting to spots, and then it came down to making plays, making free throws, and you go back, the course of a game. Free throws kind of add up, and they made theirs, especially the big guy who's making free throws going down the stretch, and they made some clutch plays. And but like I said, talent-wise, a very talented basketball team, and this is another learning curve for our young basketball team. How do you handle the success, and got to have the understanding you got to come out and you got to defend. And I didn't think we defended the way we're capable of defending. But let's give credit to Western Kentucky as well.
Mike, what was the plan coming out of the timeout with 19 seconds left? They'd taken the lead, and then what were you guys looking for?
Obviously, we wanted to get the floor spread and get it inside, attack, get a foul, or let's get the ball into Dan. And if they collapse, which they were doing, let's get it to the shooters. We had a little more success than when we opened up the floor and we were in attack mode. They made a good play. The clock ran down, and they made a good play. Big fella blocked the shot. But we were trying to get the ball into Dan, trying to get to the free throw line. I think that was what we were trying to do, and try to find Isaiah spotting up or Mason spotting up. So we had the floor spread.
Were you okay with what Isaiah did there? I mean, driving?
Oh, you talking about the one Isaiah? You talking about the one he shot?
No, I'm sorry. Were you okay with the play?
Well, the guy made a play. I thought if he went maybe one more step, he had Adriel wide open. So, but hindsight's 20/20. That's the learning curve. You got to learn how to make plays and make the right play. But the play before that, you go down and all we got to do is defend. I don't know how, but we had a guy that fall, Dan fall. I don't know how, and they left the big guy wide open, and somebody came over to help, and now that Nelson gets a wide open layup. So that's a breakdown in your defense.
You feel Western Kentucky controlled tempo both halves pretty much?
I thought for the most part they did. We had some spurts there in the second half, even when we got down. I thought early in the game we made some shots early on. The motion to come and playing home was there, but I thought they did. They did a good job of controlling tempo. And then when you don't make shots, obviously it's going to rely a lot on your defense. And like I said, I just thought we were a little sluggish. And I don't know if the Colorado State hangover coming from there. We shot the ball well and played well. Then it's a quick turnaround. But at the end of the day, they made more plays than we did. They had one more play that they made that we didn't.
Other than Sills, did you feel the bench just wasn't up to what it's been?
They've been playing better. They've playing much better. Though they didn't play well. And as I said, that's a big component of our basketball team. Is our bench guys coming in and bringing energy and bringing that defensive mindset. And so we didn't do that tonight. And so it's a learning curve that every game we play is going to be a big game. And teams going to come, whether we play at home or on the road, they're going to come and leave it out on the floor. And your want to has got to be much bigger and better than theirs. And I thought they wanted a little bit more than we did.
How'd you feel Sills did as far as the second half?
Dez did well. I thought Dez was he did what he does. I thought he willed us back into this game. We went down, I think, 8 points, and I thought his defensive presence out there, his energy level, attacking the basket, finishing, he was just dialed in, and that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for those guys that in the waning moments, when you got to make plays, who are those guys going to be? And no question about it, it was very impressionable, that young guy coming out tonight and how he played.
Mike, I think about the first 7 minutes of the second half, they made it about a 15-point turn. What was going on there? It looked like the offense got kind of stagnant when you had the reserves in. What happened in your mind? No, I'm sorry about the second half. They went from being down 7 to up 8. In about the first 7 minutes of the second half.
They wasn't reserved. I thought it was the guys that started off. They were real sluggish. I mean, we were sloppy with the basketball. We didn't score. We missed a lot of little shots inside. And then I thought they were actually getting some easy opportunities. They spreaded us, and our help side was not there. Again, it's the opposite of how we've been playing. I thought, defensively, that was probably one of our worst performances.
Anything else? Bob, last question?
I know you got finals, you got a week before you got to play. How tough is it to not, I know guys want to get back on the court and get that taste out of their mouths. How tough is it to have a week off after you lose like this, and kind of what's this week going to be like? How do you feel about things moving forward?
Well, they got to stew over it. I think they are. Just like when they win, they're on cloud nine. They got to stew over it. They got to, figure out, what are the things we're not doing that put us in that position. Very much so like the Texas game. Yeah, and I think a big part is going to be just to me, the effort part of it, and that was from a defensive standpoint. What happens when you don't make shots? I always want to see that. What happens when you don't make shots? Can you get to the basket? Can you manufacture shots? Can you get to the free throw line? And there are periods where we did that, but can we do it consistent over a 40-minute game? And I thought, again, part of it was ours doing, but part of it also Western Kentucky. They answered the call. They made some tough plays, and then at the end of the day, we just got to learn. So this week is going to be a week of, obviously they got the most important thing right now is to finish up in the books. Finish up in the books as best they can, and we'll fit in some practice times around the finals schedule.
Sir, I've got to ask you, there's only 2 officials. How do you think that impacted you, only having 2 refs?
No comment.
You want to expound on that?
No comment.
Coach, appreciate it.